You see, a friend of mine told me something about 6 months ago, and this is evidence of what he told me.
PDP, 𝘠𝘢𝘕. Àwọn APC dẹ̀ ní 20,000, 50,000. Wọ́n pín fáwọn ènìyàn.
He said, very dark man, you keep pitying these poor people, but the poor people don't even pity themselves.
For life, everything for life. 15 pa, 1 vote. 15 pa.
15 pi.
Okay.
15 pi, na that 15 pi go.
Na that 15 pi na go pi.
My state, Ekiti, is now fountain of poverty.
I suspect vote buying because the body language is actually speaking in some polling units that we've gone.
APC for life.
Now this
Nigeria. You spoil your
money
life.
Money go just use
buy
$2,000.
You know
The only time they know that you exist and they can directly affect your life is during election, when they can say, okay, take.
Issues around vote buying were quite widespread.
They are being intimidated, even to the extent where they are thumb printing, they put it to face the crowd.
Identify your mother below. Identify your mama. If your mama did here, more see. Comment below. Identify your mother.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. Just recently, Ekiti State conducted their governorship election. But the story you are about to watch or hear from this video will just make you give hope on Nigeria. The problem is that some people prefer to live in captivities, in abject poverty, that is as if they deserve whatever that is before them. Now, these particular videos have been trending. I will play a lot of them. Nigerian reaction towards it. Ekiti State governorship election, you will see how young and old people rejoicing that they sell their voters card for a peanut. They sell their votes, their conscience for just peanuts. Now, these are parents carrying semo and half bag of rice after selling their conscience, after selling the future of their children and generation unborn. Now, as if it didn't just end there, when Nigerians were reacting towards this video, which I will play it for you later, another video surfaced of a old man rejoicing. I will also play that for you later. But the one that got the attention of Nigerians is this young lady that we are rejoicing. 15 pa, you don't sell a conscience. 15 pa, APC na your mate. 15 pa. I know most of you watch it, but I just want you guys to watch a short clip of it, and then we start talking about Nigeria reaction towards it.
APC for life. APC for life. 15 pa, 1 vote. 15 pa, 𝘩𝘩𝘢𝘕. APC for what? For life.
15 pa, she sell her future. 15 pa, she sell her destiny. 15 pa, she sell her conscience. But thank God, I want you guys to watch how other Nigerians, mostly Nigerians, that are reacting towards her selling her conscience.
That is Convener. 15 pi.
Okay.
15 pi, na that 15 pi go.
Na that 15 pi na go pi.
Never see something
That
yet.
girl no go school.
Are you okay, girl?
She's
you know
not
what
okay.
you just did? You just sold your future for
15,000
naira.
naira.
You know what's going
You no
on?
go reach anything.
You don't know yet.
15,000.
You cannot finish that for 3 days. Oh.
They
Girl,
play.
you know see,
Yeah,
even transport say 15K no
You are
help
very
people.
stupid.
If bandits
girl.
carry her now,
You
she
are
no
too-
fit. That
she's a
15
low
pi no
life.
fit comot
That's
you
what
for
you tell
there.
me.
Girl, now this
And you say that girl na Yoruba.
You spoil your
Money wey
life.
go just use
Use
buy
buy palm oil and
2,000.
You don't do you, Maggie.
You know see fear. You post am make
God
everybody
abeg.
see and say na
Shame on you.
15,000 you collect.
Shame
With
on you.
all these people wey bandits.
Make they carry go
When
psychiatric
they
hospital. You are not
kidnap,
more
now you
okay.
get mind.
You are not
Collect
okay.
15 by APC, 15 by go and do your vote.
APC for life.
Una go
Now
hear.
you are
APC go later
crazy.
kill you.
You are
Now he go
crazy.
kill you.
Make that-
Idiot.
Make you chop that
Stupid
15
human
by
being.
go. Make you just
Oh,
dey chop
no,
and dey
she-
go. Make that 15K
You no finish o. If you finish,
your mate dey collect 5M.
mumu
You no see
yourself.
5M collect. If you collect 5M, e go help you go fast small.
If you
Who we go
carry am-
collect 15K? Wetin you wan use that 15K do?
I no just know.
Wetin 15K wan do you? Na
So
e rule.
disgrace. You
Even
see
the
the
rule
video
dem don
sweet for
cut.
person ear.
I know say that girl na Yoruba. Not say you want say na Yoruba.
Na Yoruba dem
dem dey do
na
that
na
kind
dem go do that kind of thing.
You listen to what this young lady said. That will tell you it is not everybody. If there is beans, there must be weevil. If there are disciples, there must be Judas. If there are APC, there must be corruption. Anyway, I want you guys to watch how Vidim reacted to this. We'll be right back.
You see, a friend of mine told me something about 6 months ago, and this is evidence of what he told me. He said, very dark man, you keep pitying these poor people, but the poor people don't even pity themselves. Every time you say, oh, you want to do things for the poor, but these poor people, do you think they pity themselves? And the perfect example he used was this type of situation. He said, make it make sense that they know that these elites, these politicians, they don't mean them well. These politicians steal money and take their family to the United States, to the UK. They send their children abroad to go and school. They don't think about you any day, any time. They don't think about your security. They don't think about your well-being. They don't think about bringing the price of food down. They don't think about regulating rentage. They don't think about supplying you electricity. They don't think about anything. The only time they know that you exist and they can directly affect your life is during election, when they can say, okay, take. And because you don't pity yourself, you will collect the money. And because you don't pity yourself ×2, or you don't pity yourself pro max, you will not just collect the money and shut up. You will collect the money, post it online, and show that you have collected the money, and you are happy. What can 20,000 naira do for you? This girl now, where we say she posts this thing, if something happens to your mother inside the house or your father, and they need emergency response, there's no ambulance on ground to come and carry your father or your mother. Or let's say there's one neighbor that decides to help. How much is transportation to go to the hospital? Let's say they decide to do it for free. You go to the hospital and you buy a card. When you buy a card, you go pay for bed. When you pay for bed, you will start to live. Primary health care don't even function. In that your Ekiti like that, primary health care don't even function. In that your Ekiti like that, the schools there, a lot of them are dilapidated. In that your Ekiti like that, they are giving you 20,000 naira, you are posting it online. Like he rightly said, very dark man, you people pity the poor, but the poor don't even pity themselves. That is number one. Number two, Uncle Isaac Fayose posted something on his page where some people were seen sharing voters' card to people that don't have voters' card. Bro, I cannot even comprehend. You see that particular one? To comprehend them, still they do me somehow. And the craziest part is that is supposed to be at the top of the media. Now that one is supposed to even top charts. Considering the election is coming. General election are like January and February. Presidential election. Presidential election is January and February. Some persons were seen sharing voters' card that belongs to some other persons that registered before. They were sharing it to some aliens to come and vote for them. That is supposed to be at the top of the news. It means that these people are either originating voters' card, or the people that registered, they've not given them their own. Or they are duplicating registrations so that they can use it to buy votes. This time, you see, the problem you people are getting into now is very dangerous. From this video, when I see, the problem is becoming dangerous. Very soon, they will not pay you 5,000 naira to buy your votes, or 20,000 naira to buy votes like this girl just posted. The way INEC is going now, they might be duplicating voters' card. They will just have to put it by themselves. They are becoming more emboldened. No be wicked PA, wicked dog. 𝘨𝘪𝘷𝘦. No be him get access to INEC data, INEC back end, where go show wetin go show Ikere-Ekiti profile. Very soon, I laugh at you people. Very soon they will not need you again. All these thugs, even you, very soon they might not need you anymore. Very soon they might not need all of you. The way this government they go. Very soon they might not need you people. For them to be able to start sharing voters' card to people where we say they just come, they go bring aliens, come Ekiti, then they share. You go know say problem there. Ekiti election. Ekiti state election, they pack my state people for there. Edo State. I see one APC chairman from Edo State where they threatened to unalive somebody last year or 2 years ago. I see them for there. They pack people from my state. They carry talks from my state go there. Some people from Lagos were there. Some APC members from different states, they were there, highly present for Ekiti election. Again, why do you even need to give 5,000 naira if you did well? Like I said, let's use Alex Oti as an example. Does Alex Oti need to pay anybody 5,000 naira for them to vote him? But let's leave all this stuff by the side. The main problem now, other than that first girl, is the fact that they were sharing voters' card with another people's profile to other persons to vote for them. No, where would they go now? 2027 election. Nah, man. The fact that you people are quiet on this one, no need. I watched the internet yesterday from Isaac Fayoshe's post. It did not even get plenty shares now. How many people shared that post? You are supposed to be bothered. You are supposed to cry. You are supposed to be riled up. That they are sharing voters' card. They are sharing voters' card. They are sharing.
Now you listen to what VDM said. But the one that troubles me is this particular old man. This particular man were very angry that PDP did not share any money. Look at APC. APC were sharing 15 to 20K. He is very happy that APC share money, that now he voted for APC because PDP were so greedy. I want you guys to watch.
lọ́pọ̀ nítorí pé PDP 𝘨𝘠𝘢𝘕 àwọn APC dẹ̀ ní 20,000 50,000 ló pín fáwọn ènìyàn without sharing a kobo ẹ̀rí má jìnnà tó bá wá ń pín wọ́n kọ́. So mo wá fẹ́ gba Nàìjíríà nímọ̀ràn kán mú ọ̀rọ̀ pínpín owó ìkán mú kúrò ńbẹ̀ ká jẹ́ ká máa dìbò fún ẹni tí ọkàn wa fẹ́ bí ò bá sì tó owó táwọn wọ̀nyí pété fi lọ́n canvas lórí line wọn ò lè rí ìbò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Thank you.
At this point, I believe Nigeria still have a whole lot to do. You might feel like, oh, maybe children should start educating their parents. But unfortunately, this one a person picking when they are happy for 15 baht. How are we going to do it? Where are we going to start? Because this is just a state governor. But presidency, which is the biggest of it all, that affects all the Nigerians, is ahead of 2027. Now, after selling their conscience, now I want you guys to watch how Ekiti State election were rigged, conducted, and manipulated. Let's watch how the News Central interviewed this lady and her experience on ground. Let's watch it together.
Yeah, people have been lamenting. Since morning, people have been standing here. The beavers machine is not working. The beavers machine is not working. It's not capturing. And people are not happy. And I met a party agent telling voters whom to vote, which is wrong, which is very, very wrong. Please, I believe election is supposed to be credible, free, and fair. Let all the party agents stay aside and watch the voters cast their votes, not telling them whom to vote during election. I suspect vote buying because the body language is actually speaking in some polling units that we've gone. They are being intimidated, even to the extent where they are done printing, they put it to face the crowd.
So bó ṣe máa rí gbà bí ti bá dìlé àwọn èèyàn tó wà níbí báyìí àwọn èèyàn tó tò lórí láì tán dìbò kí ló wá dé wá ṣé ó dá ibi lóye kó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
time without number tó bá ti ń vote níbi kíní wọ òkè ń dá kò dẹ̀ dá 86 time tó yẹ pé tó bá ti fẹ́ vote bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ní last time tó ń ṣe wọ́n ní kò sí INEC wọ́n ní kò sí kíní kan what's that mean tí kíní INEC kò bá dáa kan change ẹ̀ náà wọ́n ní kò rí ojú èèyàn wọ́n ní kò rí face èèyàn kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀.
You listed. Now, beavers was no longer working. You see why INEC were manipulating electoral acts. In a case where beavers is not working, they will not do it manually. Anyway, I also want you guys to watch this particular video of Arise TV News on how they also interviewed this particular lady and her whole personal experience with this Ekiti State election. We'll be right back.
Yeah, when you're talking like Beavers, there was the Beavers performance, of course, improved as always. You know, from the off-cycle election, we always find out that the Beavers always improve. You know, but at the end of the day, what happens to it? In Ekiti election, the Beavers, you know, a bit of malfunctioning in some places. They performed well in majority of the places, but there were reported cases of malfunctioning. And each time we also, from the situation room, as we received the reports, we amplified the reports to the INEC situation room, and majority of them were tackled, but others slowed down the process, you know, and a few, you know, were not quite sorted out, which delayed, you know, the election. But there were responses from the from INEC office. And so the Beavers, in the case of, I'm happy that you have been there. All of you have been there monitoring all along. In the last election in Ekiti and Osun, there was a huge improvement, even starting from Anambra election in 2021. And then we progressed to 2022. And now we are here as the election, you know, takes off. There was a lot of improvement and it gave us a lot of hope. But when we got to the 2023 general election, we saw what happened. Election, you know, the results were uploaded. The guideline for INEC this time, which they have released a few weeks ago, the guideline is very tight in terms of transmission of the elections, you know, to the back end and then uploading. You know, very, very firm. And so we hope that Osun election, there will be, you know, more improvement in terms of the timeliness, because the results did not come into the portal, you know, until about after 4, almost 1.5 hours after the end of voting. But what we saw, you know, in the general election 2023 was the fact that they refused to upload the presidential election. You know, that was the confusion that we had. And we saw that coming, and we talked to INEC, and they did not, you know, I think whatever happened, whether it was a brutalization of the system, whether it was a pressure from the political class and so on. But what I see between, even when you look at 1993 election, Professor 𝘩𝘢𝘳𝘢 stood up right for Nigeria and make sure that he's able to, you know, stand up for Nigeria and defend the votes that people trusted him, you know, to conduct. But what we are seeing is whether, you know, in 2023, the then INEC chairman did not stand up right for Nigeria. Maybe his life was at risk or whatever they did to him, I have no idea. But did he stand up right to do what he felt should have been done, because he was very ready for that election, and he's one of the most intelligent in terms of, if you want to look at electoral, you know, systems in Nigeria, having worked with him for, you know, close to almost 2 years before the election. And so I think the issue is the quality of the citizen, the citizen that says, I will do the right thing for Nigeria, even at the risk of my life. Because what are we talking about? Death will come. Whether we like death or not, it will come, because all of us are skeleton. But standing up to do the right thing, look at how we're celebrating 𝘩𝘢𝘓𝘍. Would you celebrate the last INEC chairman the way of that? Because if only he stood up for Nigeria. There are a number of people, much as I don't want us, we should not give up. The fact that the problem was there before, and then it's still there now, if we give up, none of us will go for the elections. If we're giving up hope, we are hoping that the hearts of Nigerians will touch the hearts of those who are manning very sensitive places to be able to deliver for Nigeria. Because you are a Nigerian once. You are passing this, you know, through this stage once. After that, you are not going to be on this stage again. What you leave behind is a better society. They say the good you do on earth is the rent that you pay on earth. Because if you know what it is, when somebody needs an oxygen, how expensive oxygen is, that then you think of the good things, because we are here to serve the world and to go.
All right. Well, thank you.
So we keep hope alive.
Thank you. I love that you end on that note. To keep hope alive.
And I want to say one other thing that I want to pull down is that in June 12th, you know, the presidential address on June 12th, when he was addressing, he encouraged INEC or ordered INEC to conduct a very credible election in 2027. I hope he will allow them to conduct that 2027 election independently. And we are calling on the Professor Amupitan to also stand upright for Nigerians because they trust in the system. He is paid by the government of Nigeria. President Tinunu is paid by the government of Nigeria. All the politicians are paid by the government of Nigeria. Our tax pay, you know, we are paying for them. And so you don't have to do the bid of the president because he wants you to write or rewrite an election result.
Okay.
We need to be able, you need to stand upright and account. He should account for himself.
Thank you very much.
Are you listening to how this election in Ekiti State were conducted? Most Nigerians will feel unconcerned because it is not their state. When they did Abuja home, 𝘩𝘩𝘢𝘐𝑚 deliberately ring that chairmanship election, bring them to the core. And everybody say, okay, now because in a chairman election, those one is not important. They went to the next state. They ring the governorship election. They went to Ekiti. They ring the same election. Oh, it's just Ekiti. It's spreading. They are telling you how they are going to ring 2027 election. Beavers will not work. And this time around, if Peter Obi did not sit up. Anyway, I want you guys to watch this particular video.
3 bosa for the Igbos. Bosa, bosa, bosa. Igbo man know they sell their votes. They can do deal. They can do business. But Igbo man to sell his vote for 15K to Fiapa, you can never see them sell their votes. This vote selling is majorly in southwest Nigeria. That is why Tinunu lost in Lagos, because majority of the Igbos in Lagos, they rather die than to sell their votes. They call my state fountain of knowledge. My state, Ekiti, is now fountain of poverty. If you look at the people that have been dropping accounts for bandits on social media, dropping their accounts for kidnappers for giveaway, you will see that they are Ekiti people. They are Yorubas. They are Yorubas. One biliki, one beer. They cannot stand to fight for their rights. They rather sell their rights. You know they see Igbos, even Hausa people, they know they sell their votes. They rather listen to their leader at the top and go where their leader wants them to go. So all this vote buying is for southwestern Nigeria. And our leaders have put them under multi-dimensional poverty system. So their life is scattered. It's only in Yoruba land that you will see a governor throwing bread on the road and people are rushing it. That is the Yoruba part. The Yorubas are seriously damaged. Igbos, when I come back to this world, the Igbo I won't be. People that have integrity, people that have brain. How can they call my state fountain of knowledge? And they've turned the state to fountain of poverty. And people are still going with the poverty level. You are selling your vote as less as 5,000, 15,000 naira. How did we get here? Yorubas in no get shame. Even when city boys went to Imo State to go and do their abracadabra, the Igbo boys enter, pack all their nonsense. Say, don't do that nonsense on our land. We don't take rubbish. Now, only Yoruba people, they will treat like shit. And they do like... You are monkeys in Ekiti, all you that sold your vote. You are monkeys even better than you. If they throw bread to dog, the dog will smell whether there is meat inside before the dog pick it. You are not smelling whether there is akara. You are just picking the bread. Shame on you, Isheloma.
Now you watch all the video. But guess what? 𝘩𝘩𝘢𝘐𝑚 came out from nowhere, start praising Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashi Shettima, saying that, oh, the APC won the election, that he is so happy that the PDP, which is his own party, maintain opposition, that in every situation there must be a winner and opposition. And I want you guys to listen.
Before I move forward, let me use the opportunity, Mr. President, to congratulate your party for winning Saturday by-election, and also congratulating my party for maintaining the opposition. there must be winners and there must be opposition. Today we are seeing the ruling party and the opposition party. Opposition party is not by talking, it's by challenging the ruling party. And we are the only party that is challenging the ruling party. So we are the leading opposition party.
Why do you think 𝘨𝘀𝘀 Wike is saying all of this? 𝘨𝘀𝘀 Wike is building a political structure. Immediately Bola Ahmed Tinubu is out of the way, 𝘨𝘀𝘀 Wike will become the next Jagaban. He's just playing by the beat, by the rules, by the structures, trying to play mumu. 𝘨𝘀𝘀 Wike is as worse as Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Buhari put together. Self-centered and very greedy human being. For me, all hope is lost because it will take the head of a cowman to pass through the eye of a needle for we to start educating our parents, our family, our brothers and sisters who are still in captivities or being captured with abject poverty. You will see, once campaign starts now, you start seeing politicians eating corns, frying gari, drinking pure water in the street, telling you, oh, we love poor people, because they love you because you are poor. They want you to remain poor. That's how they use that systematic of poor people to campaign. You see them helping you to fry gari. We'll also talk about that stupid man anyway. We'll talk about him later. What will this money do for you now? This particular state governor that pay 15,000 naira, I'm just saying, pay 15,000 or 20,000. If you times her, maybe just take your calculator, just times it, they say, times 100,000 people. You see how many millions or billions that it is. Then you will not tell that kind of person to work for you. The man will be on a recovery mode. You will have to recover. I just say 100,000 times 100,000, but these people will share it to maybe 500 to 1 million people. Just also times it, 20,000 times 1 million. You will see that the money they spent on these people, that's why they will not work. They will want to recover this money back because this money not fall from sky. Anyway, I want you guys to watch this particular video on how this guy also reacted to these old Ekiti people selling their votes, how grown-up men, parents, rejoicing for 15,000 or 20,000 naira. I want you guys to watch it.
Elections. When you look at the way the IREV also functioned, it functioned optimally. Within 5 hours after the conduct of elections, all the results were already on the portal. However, but as we speak, there are 55 results from 55 polling units that are not on the INEC IREV portal. So we would say when you look at logistics, yes, improved, but there were certain gaps. For instance, there were cases where people were allowed to vote without presenting their PVCs. That happened in 14% of polling units. When you look at the inconsistency between the number of parties on the ballot, which was 19, with the number of parties on the result sheets, which was 15, and the list of candidates on INEC's website had only 14 candidates. So these sort of inconsistencies create confusions, and we've called on INEC to address this particular issue. When you also look at how turnout was calculated, at the collation, the returning officer used 988,215 registered voters, which was a figure from 2022. And it didn't refer to the actual number of registered voters, which was 1,050,000 thereabout. And this sort of reconciliation needs to be addressed. These are issues that we believe that the commission needs to take on board. But on the whole, however, issues around vote buying were quite widespread. When you also look at turnout was very low. Unfortunately, there's a missed opportunity, for citizens and voters to exercise their popular choice, especially when the environment was conducive for them to do so. But most people didn't turn up to vote. And those who came up to vote, majority of them were either financially induced. But that does not mean everyone who showed up to vote was financially induced. There were people who went out to vote because they were convinced about their preferred candidate.
People were on polling units. They did not even get a ballot to vote, neither with their beavers working. because they have paid the people that could have speak out, and they're happy for 15 bar, 15 bar. If I be that girl boyfriend, she not gonna both ask me for money again for her life. She not gonna try and that 15 bar she'll just the eat the go. I pity most of you. Anyway, I rest my case here. What do you guys think about this Ekiti State election? What do you also think about this 2027 presidential election that is fast coming? What was your take? Do you think there is hope? Do you think there is no hope? What do you think that people should do in order to start educating people not to sell their votes? In as much, there are people that are selling their vote for semo, but how many kg? 1 kg semo of 1,005. There are people that are selling their vote for chicken. Anyway, comment your thoughts in the comment section. What solution do you think we have for these people? Let us know in the comment section. I love you. God love you more. Until we meet again. Bye.
Identify your mother below. Identify your mama. If your mama dey here, more see. Comment below. Identify your mother. These are the problems. Which of una get this mama? Which of una get this mama? Which person mama be these ones? Which person mama be these ones? These are the problems. Educate your people at home. Educate your parents. When they use rice, collect your future finish. Tinunu must go. Tinunu must go. It starts with you educating your parents. As I did like this, my parents already know who they vote for 2027. They don't already know. Nothing like APC. Everybody waiting around me for our family, extended family. Nothing like APC. In fact, I even get all the people waiting in our area. They already know. I don't go Prince Banner now. So not educate your people. Educate your people. Not say we'll come online, they shout, hey, Tinunu this one. No, they complain. Work the work. We're going to shout online, your mom going to collect rice offline. Educate them. If not rice they don't get, they send them rice every month. When they don't use rice, buy their votes. Educate them, educate them. Every time, rice. The last time that man when they behead for that 𝘩𝘢𝘱𝘐, they still go there with rice. I don't want to mention their name. They go there with rice. Oh, wow. When I want to go visit family, when I still go there with, I don't want to mention when I still go there with rice. The only thing this country can do rice. Very stupid governments. Rice. People buy rice. Campaign rice. Update your parents at home. Update your people. Call them. Bro, this is how to do things.